So then Turing machine formula is L equal to 0.14 and n 0. We started the like yesterday. So, hello, Smita, me.
So Samiksha is not going to come. She is having interview.
Oh, you didn't do solid tracing and others.
I don't know.
Only Kiran Tahu, you are absent yesterday, na? Kiran, please respond. So you are the only one person, Smita, today. Means so Kiran, he don't know about the Turing machine. Yesterday I have started. So you are the only one person for today's class. What is? So yesterday who were present? That girl Jayanti and the other guy. What is his name? I forgot. Smita, what is his name? One guy. Chandan. Chandan. So today, out of these two, only you know the concept. The Kiran doesn't know the concept because he was absent yesterday. So how can I continue this class? So Smita, tell me, shall I continue or shall I cancel the class? Smita, depends on you. You decide. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
बोलिए क्या करेंगे?
So continue करेंगे.
Okay. Okay. Here 0 power n, 1 power n. There is a relation between the inputs. Okay. Whatever the number of zeros, suppose zeros are 3, then ones must be 3. Suppose zeros are 100, ones must be 100. So we have to count the zeros and count the ones. You have to check whether they are equal or not. So relation infinite is not regular. Is not regular. But we can construct a PA. How? We push all the zeros into the stack. Suppose 3 zeros. 3 zeros we push into the stack. When 1 comes for everyone, we delete the top 0. So if the string is having equal number of zeros and ones, when the string empty, if the top is there not, that indicates the string is in the form of 0 power and 1 power n. So we can consider a PDA. So this is regular. Sorry, it is quantity. It is not regular, it is quantity. So whatever finite automata accepts and whatever PDA accepts, all of them also accepted by Turing machine. So here, the design of PDA, how we push all the zeros. But design of Turing machine is not that much easy for this language. Okay, means the logic is not as easy as PDA. But we cannot consider a PDA for this. Okay, and the same we cannot consider a PDA for this. Zero power n, 1 power n, 2 power n, 3 power n, like this. We cannot consider. Whereas we can consider a Turing machine for this language and for this language, not only for this 0 power n, 1 power n, 2 power n, 3 power n, 4 power n, 5 power n, 6 power n. For all these we can consider a Turing machine. So how? If you can understand this design, then if you can understand the logic for this language, then you can design all these easily. Okay. So first I tell you the logic. What is the logic here? I will take an example of 0 cube, 1 cube, 0 cube, 1 cube. We start from the leftmost symbol of the input string. If 0 comes, we replace that 0 as x. Okay, I'm taking 0 power 4, 1 power 4. Okay, we start from the leftmost 0, we replace that 0 into x. Then after that, we move right side, right side, right side, right side, right side, so on right side until we get the leftmost one, the first one from the left side. Once we get the one, this one we replace with y. Okay, the leftmost 0 will be x and the leftmost one will be y. So simultaneously every time we come to the leftmost 0, we make it as 0 and we go to the leftmost one, we make it as y. Okay, I repeat, We come to the leftmost, we'll come to the leftmost 0, we'll make it as x, we will make it as x, and we go to the leftmost one, we will make it as y. So simultaneously 0 into x, 1 into y, 0 into x, 1 into y, like that. That is the design. Okay. Now, after converting this 1 into y, we will come back left until we get the leftmost 0. Actually, this is the leftmost 0, but by looking at this thing, we can decide. But how the machine can decide this is the leftmost 0? So that is the reason it will come to left until it get the x. When it get the x, it moves right side. Now it moves the right side. This is the, now the machine is here. This is the leftmost 0. Now this 0 will become x. That 0 will become x. Okay. Then after making the 0 into x, the machine moves towards the right side. Toward the right side. Until we get the leftmost one. What is the leftmost one? This is the leftmost one. Again the same procedure. Okay, I repeat guys. So what will happen here? This one will be y. Then it move left side until it get the x. When x comes, it move right side, this one. Again this 0 will be x. Then it move right side until it get this one. That one will be y. Again it move left side like that. How long it move left side? Until, see, I repeat guys, after making this 1 into y, it moves left side, left until you get the first x. When it gets the x, it moves right side, and this is the 0. Again that 0 will be x. This 0 will be x. Then again it moves right side. Then when 1 comes, 1 will be y. Then it moves, after converting this 1 into y, it moves left until you get the x. When x comes, it moves right side. Now what is the symbol? Y. Actually, till earlier, when it moves to the right side, there was the symbol 0, but here no 0. That's y. Whenever y comes, that means all zeros are converted into x. Actually, simultaneously we made 0 into x, 1 into y, 0 into x, 1 into y. Like that, if zeros and ones are equal, if all zeros are converted into x, then all ones must be converted into y. So look at this, all ones must be converted to x. All ones must be converted into y. So we have to see that. We have to check whether there are any ones are remaining. So when y comes, we move right side. Then move right side, y. Yes, if it is y, move right side. Yes, it is y. If it is y, move right side. Yes, it is y. If all ones are converted into y, then what must become? It must be blank. When blank comes, we will go to the final state. This is the design. So this is somewhat difficult and not as easy as PDA. Samiksha, hello. You can intimate me that you will attend late. Actually, I supposed to cancel the class. Only 2 students today. One more Kiran. Kiran was absent yesterday. We don't know two remission concept. Only you and Smita are present. Okay. So this is the logic. Okay, guys. So I repeat this again briefly. We want to design a Turing machine for 0 power n, 1 power n. Suppose the string is 0 cube, 1 cube. We'll make this first 0 into x, then we move right side until we get the 1. This 1 will be y, then come back to the left until you get the x. When x comes, move right side, then this 0 you convert into x. Then after that, move right side until you get this 1. 1 will be y, then move left side until you get the x. When x comes, move right side, 0 will be x, then move right side until you get the 1, 1 will be y. Then come back until you get the x. When x comes, move right side. Now this is y. Actually 0 has to come, but there are no zeros. That is the reason y comes. If all zeros are converted into x, then you have to check whether ones are left or not. If all ones are converted into y, then y will be y, move right side. Y will be y, right side. Y will be right side. You should get the blank. When blank comes, then you go to the final state. This is the design. Okay. Now I will do this design. So guys, the machine starts at Q0. Initial state. What is the logic? Convert the 0 into x and move right side. Convert this 0 into x, move right side. So this 0 will be x. Move right side and change the state. If you don't change the state, if I be in the same state like this, 0 will be x, right side, same state. Then again this 0 will be x, again this 0 will be x, all zeros will become x at a time. So we have to do simultaneously for that reason. So convert the 0 into x, then move right side. Okay. Don't take the self loop. Now, after converting the 0 into x, what is the next target? You have to go until I have to go to right side until you get the 1. So for this reason here 0 in Q1 0 comes, 0 will be 0 right side. So in Q1 0 will be 0 right side. So same state. Again 0 will be 0 right side. In Q1 0 will be 0, it moves right side, same state. So we are not changing the state and we are not changing the input symbol in Q1 for 0. Okay. Now we are at Q1 and we are at leftmost symbol of the 1. So what is the logic here? So convert this 1 into x. So for that reason, so that 1 will become y and we move left side and I am changing the state Q2. So this 1 will be y. So that this first one will be y. Then it move left side, it will go to Q2. So what we have done? We have changed the leftmost 0 into x and leftmost 1 into y. So after that, come back left. In between x and y, there may be hundreds of zeros. Okay, here only 2 zeros, but if the string is too large, there may be hundreds of zeros. So we have to move left. So in Q2, 0 comes, 0 will be 0 and left. Don't change this. So this 0 will be 0 left. Same state. Again 0 will be 0 left. Now. So like this we will move left until x comes. When x comes, what is the logic here? We will have to move right side.
Wait, due to network connectivity, Prasad sir has disconnected. He is trying. Within 2 minutes, he will be back. Hello, Prasad sir, are you there?
Yes, yes, sir.
सर रिकॉर्डिंग चेक कर लेना एक बार चालू है कि नहीं.
It's going on, sir.
ठीक है सर, ठीक.
So, Samiksha, hello. Okay, what are all these explanations? So when this 0 will become x, what was your last? Okay, see, you just tell me.
Self loop on Q2. If 0.
What?
Self loop on Q2 for 0.
So this y will be by Q2. These all are there. Samiksha.
Yes, sir.
Hello. So this whole expression is there. Double x, double y. Are you there? Or only single x, single y? How many zeros and ones I have converted? The last time.
Single x,
Sir,
single
last
y.
time. Yes, sir. Single Y.
Single x, single y. Okay, sorry, check. So next time, please, if there is no connection more than a minute, just please alert me. You know my number now. You can call me. Please, next time onwards, you just call me if there is no more than half minute. If there is interruption from my end, then just call me. Okay, guys. First is there is move right side. The first one will become y. After 1 will become y, it goes to Q2. In Q2, 0 will be 0. Same state. Again Q2, 0 will be 0. Same state, left side. So after converting this 1 into y, our target is to move left, 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 left until you get the x. When x comes in Q2, we have to go to right side because right side will be the leftmost 0. So we have to move right side. So in Q2, so look at this in Q2, when x comes, x will be x and we move right side, this right side and machine goes to Q0. So now the machine is in Q0. In Q0, already we have defined, if 0 comes, 0 will become x. So this 0 will become x. This 0 will become x. Then this 0 will become x. At moves right side, it will go to Q1. See, this Q1. It move right side, Q1. In Q1, what is the next target? You have to move right side until you get the 1. So in Q1, 0 comes. See, 0 will be 0 right side. So in Q1, same state, same symbol. We don't change the 0 and we don't change the state in Q1. Now it is Q1 Y. In Q1, Y comes, Y also will be Y. The Y will be Y is the same. And we move right side, Y will be Y right side and state also same. So like this, by keeping move right side Q1, we have encountered the symbol 1. We got the symbol 1. So we are at the leftmost symbol 1. So what is this? What is the target now? We are at the leftmost symbol of the 1. Our target is to make this 1 into Y. So already we have defined in Q1 1 comes. In Q1 1 comes. 1 will be Y. So this 1 will be Y. It moves left side, and it goes to Q2. It goes to Q2. See. Now in Q2, what is the target? You have to move left. So in Q2, Y comes. So keep the Y as it is and move left side. In Q2, Y comes, move left side. Same state. And Q2 0, already we have defined here. Q2 0, 0 will be 0, left side. So like that, we will keep moving left side. There may be hundreds of zeros or 10 zeros or 1 0, whatever. So we keep moving. Now in Q2X, already we have defined this one. When Q2X comes, X will be X only. When X comes in Q2, now we move right side, this right side. And we go back to Q0. So again, we are in the starting position. Means we are at the leftmost 0. Already we have defined the leftmost 0. The leftmost 0 will be converted into X. So we will convert this 0 into X and we move right side in Q1. In Q1, Y will be Y right side. In Q1, Y will be Y right side. So like that, we will keep moving right side until you get the 1. Now, in Q1, this is 1. Already we have defined for this Q1 Y. So in Q1, 1 comes. So what shall we do? We will take 1 into Y and we will move right side, left side, will go to Q2. In Q2, Y will be Y, left side. In Q2, Y will be Y, left side, instead. Now, in Q2, X comes. In Q2, X, what shall we do? In Q2, X comes, X will be X, X will be X, move right side, go to Q0. Now we are at Q0. And input symbol is going. Actually, till now, it was in Q0, it was 0. In Q0, 0, but now what? Y. So that means all in Q, if all zeros are converted into X. We got the Y in Q0. Suppose if one more 0 is there, then definitely in Q0 we will get the 0. But as all zeros are finished, we got the Y in Q0. So this indicates in Q0 if Y comes, this indicates that all zeros are converted into X. If all zeros are converted into X, as we converted simultaneously 0 into X, 1 into Y, 0 into X, 1 into Y, 0 into X, 1 into Y. So as all zeros are converted into X, if all ones also converted into Y, after Y we must get the blank. So that is the reason you have to go right side and you have to check whether there are any ones are left. If all ones are converted into Y, then Y after the last Y, you must get the blank. That is what we have to check. So for this reason, in Q0, Y comes, move right side and go to another state. Okay, I am taking another new state, Q3. So in Q0, Y comes, we have to check whether there are any ones are left or not. So in Q0, Y comes, Y will be Y, move right side. In Q0, Y comes, Y will be Y right side. Now we are at Q3. In Q3, if it is Y, then move right side, same state. In Q3, if it is Y, move right side. So like that, move right side, don't change the state. If all ones are converted into Y, so after Y in Q3 you must get the blank. If blank comes, then we will go to the final state. So guys, so in Q3, as long as Y comes, we will keep moving and we'll keep the Y as is. We keep moving right side. If it is perfect string, at the end or last after all Y's, there must be blank. If blank comes, that indicates the string is in the form of 0 power n, 1 power n. So after that we will go to the final state. This is the final state. If you really understood this, so this is a valid string, it will be accepted. Whereas this is invalid string, it will be rejected. And this is also invalid string, this will be rejected. And this is also invalid. See, this whole string is invalid. All these strings are invalid. This one, see, first string is only valid, whereas second, third, fourth are invalid. If you really understood this design, okay, you just realize where this is the invalid, so definitely the machine won't reach Q4. It won't reach Q4 because Q4 is the final state, and it is invalid, don't reach the Q4. So definitely it stops one of these Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. Yes, Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3 are the non-final. It stops in a non-final. If I give this string to this machine as input, if I give this string as input to this machine, where the machine stops, means in which state the machine stops and why it stops, if you can analyze that, then you got this 100%, means you understood this 100%. Do you understand my point? So first of all, copy this design, then you just verify all these things, where it stops and why it stops. So copy this design. So Smita, you are saying that the machine will stop at Q1. Why it stops at Q1, Smita? Can you tell? Can you say the reason? Huh?
Because it is ending with only single one. It will check for 0.
Okay guys, listen, that's good. This will be X. This 0 will be X. Then it move right side until you get the 1. Then this 1 will be Y. This 1 will be Y. Then it move left side until you get the X. When X comes, it move right side. Okay, then this 0 will be X. This 0 will be X. And it move right side until you get the 1. When 1 comes, this 1 will be Y and it move left side until you get the X. So when the second one, this one converted into y. This one converted into y. It moves left side until you get the x. When x comes, it moves right side. So now it is 0. This 0 and state is in Q0. So this 0 will be converted into x. This 0 will be converted to x and moves right side and Q1. In Q1, y will be by right side. In Q1, y will be by right side. Now Q1 blank. Q1 blank. Actually, as there are 3 zeros, 3 ones has to come. But as there are 2 ones only, or these 2 ones are converted into y, now actually this symbol should be what? This should be 1. This symbol should be 1. This third symbol, this one. But it is blank. And in Q1, we have not defined for the blank. Actually, the machine cannot say that it should be 1. No. Actually, if it is perfect, in this Q1 state, you should not get the blank. Okay, as if it is the string is 0 power n, 1 power n form, this blank should be 1, but there is no 1. We got the blank, and Q1 has not defined for the blank, so the machine stops at Q1. As it is undefined anything for Q1 for blank, it stops in Q1, and Q1 is non-final. Means this string is not accepted. Okay, that's good. Next one. Guys, did you copy this one? This copy properly? This part. Did you copy this part? Now, this string, this is invalid. Earlier 0 or more. Now 1 or more. So if I give this string, in which state the machine stops and y stops. In the previous string, 00011, it stops in Q1. It stops in Q1 because in Q1 we got the blank, and blank is undefined. That is the reason it has stopped in Q1. So like this, in this string, where the machine stops and why it stops.
It will stop at Q3.
Very good. Why?
Because we don't have move for 1.
Very good, very good. This 0 will be x, then move right, and this 1 will be y. Then it comes back. And again move left, this 0 will be x, it move right side, then this 1 will be y. Okay. Now this is the string. After converting this, converting this 1 into y, it moves left side and left side. When x comes, the machine moves right side. Yes, right side. Right side Q0. Q0 y. In Q0 y, this is Q0 y. In Q0 y comes, look at this, it comes to Q3. Now Q3 on y. Q3 on y will be by right side Q3. Now the machine is at Q3 and the input symbol is 1. Actually, if it is a perfect string, if the string is 0 power on 1 power n, in Q3 the 1 will not come. If the string is in the form of 0 power and 1 power n, in Q3 1 will not come. But here Q3 1 has come because it is not in the form. And as Q3 is undefined for 1, the machine stops in Q3, and Q3 is not final state. Okay. So like this you can analyze. Okay. Did you copy this design? Guys, did you all copy this design? Hello? Chandan, what happened to you? Why are you late?
आज इन लोगों का नंबर है क्या? और मैं तो कुछ कर ही नहीं रहा हूँ।
चंदन, हेलो चंदन।
तो ना मैं मस्ती कर रहा था, तो मैंने मजाक में एक ने मेरे को, वो बंदे ने मेरे को क्या बताया कि मेरे घर में पड़ी है, कारतूस पड़े हैं, गन पड़ी, ठीक है। अरे हम तो डॉन वाला है, इधर के पहचान के नाम से क्या अच्छा
Please mute.
और इसके बाद मैंने सिर्फ एक ही चीज बोली, मैंने बोला भाई आज सब पूरे फर्स्ट के सामने समझ 8 से ही 8 में मेरा 6।
Chandan, you are not concentrated here. Okay, next question. Design a PDA design a Turing machine. Design a Turing machine for the following languages. Design a Turing machine for the following languages. Hello. Whatever the zeros, that many number of ones and that many number of twos has to be there. So the same zeros has to be compared with ones and twos. So same comparison more than one time. So this is not CFL. But we can construct a Turing machine. So I'll tell you the logic. You just implement this. I'll give you some time. Suppose the string is 0 cube, 1 cube, then it must be 2 cube. Now, what is the logic here? The first 0, we convert this into x, then move right side until you get the 1. This 1 you convert into y, then move right side until you get the 2. This 2 you convert into z, then after converting this 2 into z, now start moving left side. After converting this 2 into z, just move left side until you get the x. When x comes, then move right side. Now we are at this place. Again, this 0 will be x. Then this 1 will be y. Then this 2 will be z. Like that. You just keep moving left side. Again, this x, 0 will be x, 1 into y, and 2 into z. Again, x comes. When x comes, move right side. This y. Then, if y comes, check whether any ones are remaining. If all ones are converted into y, then check whether any twos are remaining. If all twos are converted to z, then you must get the blank. When you get the blank, go to final state. This is the design. Okay, same as this. Everything is same. Only the difference is here you have one more input symbol, that is 2 power n. So try this. Anybody? Can you give? Did you complete this? Okay, I will do this. You need more time? First 0. In Q0 0 comes, 0 will be X and move right side. Go to Q1. So this 0 will be X. Here we have to move right side until you get the 1. So in Q1 0 will be 0 right side. So as long as 1 comes, as long as 0 comes, we move right side until 1 comes. In Q1, when 1 comes, that 1 must be Y and move right side and go to Q2. So here this will be Y and we will go to Q2. In Q2, just keep moving right side as long as 1 comes. Yeah, okay, right side. Now until you get the 2. In Q2, when you get the 2, convert that 2 into Z and move left side. So this 2 will be Z. This 2 will be Z. We move left side and go to Q3. Now in Q3, what is the target? Keep moving left side until you get the X. So in Q3, 1 comes, 1 will be 1 left side. Again, 1 will be 1 left side. Then Y will be Y left side. Then after that 0 will be 0 left side. Like that, keep moving left side until you get the X. So in Q3, when X comes, then repeat the procedure. So in Q3, if you get the X, then keep the X as it is. Now change the direction, move right side. Now we are in Q0. So repeat this procedure. This 0 will be X, then this 1 will be Y, then this 2 will be Z. Then after converting that second 2 as Z, it move left side and it will be Q3. Now what is the target? Q3 move left side. For this reason, in Q3 if Z comes, Z will be Z, move left side. So left side until you get the X. Like that. Again in X comes, this 0 will be X, then 1 will be Y, 2 will be Z. And you get the last 2 Z, then move left side you get the X. In Q3 X comes, move right side Q0. So all zeros are converted into X, we got a Y in Q0. So when Q0 Y comes, that indicates all zeros are converted. Now you have to check whether any ones are remaining or not and any twos are remaining or not. So in Q0, if 1 comes, if Y comes, keep the Y as this and move right side and go to Q4. In Q4, check whether any ones are remaining. No. If all, there must be Y. If all ones are converted to Y, then you must get the Z. Look at this. If all converted into Y, then you must get the Z. Then check any twos are remaining. Means if all twos are converted to Z, then Z will be Z right side. So you must get the blank in Q4. In Q4, if you get the blank, that indicates the string is a perfect 0 power n, 1 power n. So when you get a blank in Q4, keep the blank as is, you will move right side or left side, no problem. Go to final state. This is the design. Do you understand? If you get involved, then only you understand this one. Samiksha, Smita, Chandan, Kiran. Hello? Hello guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay, copy this one. Next. Copied? Hello, copied. Shall I go next? Hello. Shall I go to next one? Copied? Copied. What is the length of the tape in LBA? Sorry, in Turing machine. What is the length of the tape in Turing machine? Turing machine has a tape of infinite length, and it is connected to a finite control through a read or write head, which can move either one cell left or one cell right. Okay. In the case of linear bounded automata, this length of the tape will be restricted. Means in the Turing machine this has infinite length, whereas in Turing machine it is a finite length. Suppose this is the input string A B A double B. Then according to the size of the input string, this length of the tape will be restricted to this. Means here we use end markers. This is left end marker. This is left end marker. And this is right end marker. Okay, the length of the tape will be restricted according to the size of the input string. And accessing this input string, so accessing means reading this input symbol by this read or write head is same as Turing machine, but LBA is a non-deterministic Turing machine. LBA is a linear bounded automata, is a non-deterministic Turing machine, and it is used to LBA is used to accept context sensitive languages. Context sensitive languages. Okay, so for this one, take the notes. I'll dictate. Are you following? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay. LBA is a non-deterministic Turing machine. LBA is a non-deterministic Turing machine. Next, LBA is used to accept context sensitive languages. LBA is used to accept context sensitive languages. LBA is to accept context sensitive languages. Next one. In LBA, the size of the tape. In LBA, the size of the tape will be restricted according to the size of the input string. In LBA, the size of the tape will be restricted according to the size of the input string. And the accessibility to the storage is same as Turing machine. Okay, so copy this spot.
Can you please pardon after the point length of input string and?
Okay, in LBA, the size of the input string will be the size of the tape The length of the tape. The length of the tape will be restricted according to the size of the input string. Did you commit that? In LBA, the length of the tape will be restricted according to the size of the input string. Did you complete this? Samiksha. Next. The accessibility to the storage means reading the input string. The accessibility to the storage is same as Turing machine. So copy this part, whatever this I have selected this one, this diagram. Done? Next. Okay. This is about linear bounded. Now we don't do that much. So whatever the Turing machine design, the same we will use this. Okay. Next. Now tell me. So based on this Turing machine, whatever you have learned yesterday and today, based on this, you just tell me, how do you say or when do you say a string is accepted by Turing machine? How do you say a string is accepted by Turing machine? Anybody? Hello? Do you hear me? Chandan? How do you say a string is accepted by Turing machine? Samisha?
So a string is accepted by Turing machine if it starts with the initial ID and terminates at final state.
Very good. Okay. By starting at initial ID, this is initial ID. After one or more transactions, if the Turing machine halts in a final state, that means W means string, is accepted. Yes or no? Guys. Now,
So,
when do you say a string is not accepted by Turing machine? By starting at initial ID, if the Turing machine halts in a non-final state. Non-final state. If it stops in a final state, it is accepted. If it stops in a non-final state, if it stops in a non-final state, means the string is not accepted. Do you agree for this? Hello? By starting initial ID, after one or more moves, if the machine stops in final, then it is accepted. If it stops in non-final, it is not accepted. Okay? Now, I will say there is one more situation. In that situation is also, we say the string is not accepted. What is that? Are you following? If it is accepted, it has to stop in a final state. There is no other alternative. If the machine stops in final, it is said to be accepted. And if it is stops in non-final, it is not accepted. There is one more situation. In that situation also, we will say the string is not accepted. What is that? Can you guess it?
So when we do not have the transition mentioned in the diagram, for example, if we are in some state, but we do not have the move or the transition defined,
then what happens?
then we call that
in that case, it stops in that state. Yes, sir? Ma'am, miss, listen. Yes, whatever you want. Okay, there is no move. If it is undefined, it will stop in that state. Yes or no? If it stops in that state, if that state is final, it is accepted. Even though you are not defined for that particular input, it will stop. If it is final, it is accepted. If it is non-final, it is not accepted. Do you understand my point? You are saying that suppose QI the machine has reached and input symbol is 2. The input symbol for input symbol 2, it is not defined at QI state. Then machine stops in QI state. If QI is final, then we will have to agree that the string is accepted. If QI is non-final, then it is not accepted. So these are those two conditions already I told you here in these two. But that the situation is different. There is one more situation. In that situation also we will say it is not accepted. What is that situation? In the previous designs, in one situation, I have explained that condition, that situation. Whatever I am asking you, whatever I am expecting from you, that situation already I have explained earlier in the design of some language, in the design of Turing machine for some language. Nobody? No? Okay.
or if blank symbol is when we get blank symbol in the middle of the string.
Okay, if blank symbol is undefined, then it stops. If it is defined, it will do some transaction. Smita, hello. Chandan, Okay, I will explain. Look at this. In some design, I told you, suppose this is the input string. First in the starting and ending. So before and last, first and last. Okay, there can be any number of flags. The machine starts at the leftmost symbol and it starts from initial state. And after that, it will perform some transactions. It may move the right side or left side like this. Okay, and in one design, I told you it will go to this. When blank comes, it moves left side. Again it move right side, again move left side, again it move right side, again it left side, like this. Here only these two symbols I explained earlier in one design. But sometimes the machine, okay, it may move until this. Again it may come to left until here. Again it may move right side. Again it may move left side. Again right side. Again left side. Again right side. Again left side. While moving this way and this way, it may use a final or non-final. But in this process, if the machine is halting in any state, even though it uses few final states, is this machine is halting anywhere? No. It has entered into infinite loop. If the machine entered into infinite loop, in this case, the machine stops nowhere. In this infinite loop, the machine stops nowhere. So if the machine stops in infinite loop, then also the string will be set not accepted. So for not accepting, there are two conditions. Either if it stops in non-final or if it enters into infinite loop. The two ways. Do you understand? Yesterday I told you in one design, this part. That is checking or accepting the strings ending with 1000. That time I told you, go to the right side until blank comes. When blank comes, move left side and change the state. If you don't change the state, it move right side again, left side, right side, left side. It will enter into infinite loop. This part I told you. So if the machine starts at initial ID, after one or more moves, if the Turing machine enters into infinite loop, if the Turing machine enters into infinite loop, then also the string is said to be not accepted. So copy these three conditions, guys. Do you understand? Hello, say something. Are you there? Samiksha. Smita, are you there? So copy this one. So if it is accepted, ma'am, if it is accepted, it has to stop in final. There is no other way. So if the machine stops in non-final or if it enters into infinite loop, in these two cases, the string is said to be not accepted. I gave you some questions yesterday. Did anyone try those questions? Smita and Samiksha? Chandan? Say something, boss. Trying or not tried or not tried? At least have you seen those questions?
So I typed some questions.
So you got any answers, Samiksha? Chandan, I stopped your mic because once I have started, I allowed your mic, but you are continuously talking to someone else.
Sir, that was the call I received because I wasn't having internet connection, but it got restored and then it just went off, sir.
Okay. Copied? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next. So based on this, I'll give you the recursive language. A language L is said to be recursive, if there exists a Turing machine M. This is there exists the recursive. A Turing machine. The name of the Turing machine M. If there exists a Turing machine M such that guys, here L is a language. L is a language, and language is what is set of strings. Okay, I am taking some language L, and it is having strings W1, W2, W3, so on, Wn, and maybe infinite. Okay, and a language, this L is said to be recursive if there exists a Turing machine M such that whatever the string you take from the L means if you take either W1 or W2 or W3 or any of the strings from this language. So if I take any one of the strings from this language, so that is the reason. If W belongs to L, then M accepts W. Then M accepts W. How do you say it is accepting the W? By M accepts W by reaching the final states. Okay, M accepts W by reaching the final state. Okay, so whatever the string you take from this language, if it is recursive, then there exists a Turing machine such that that string will be accepted, and it will be accepted by Turing machine by reaching a final state. Means it stops in a final state. Suppose we are taking an invalid string. Means if you take a string not from this language, if you take a string which is outside of the language, means it must be rejected. So if W does not belong to L, then definitely the Turing machine, that is M, should not accept. How it can reject? How it can reject? It can reject in two ways. One is by non-final state, or the other one is by infinite loop. Are you following? If a language is recursive language, whatever the string you take, it will be accepted by reaching the final state. If you take invalid string, then it must be rejected. Then if you take invalid string in the case of recursive language, then M does not accept, or you can say rejects. M rejects W by, how can it reject a Turing machine? How a Turing machine can reject? A Turing machine can reject in two ways. One is by non-final, or the other one is by infinite loop. If it is a recursive language, then definitely that invalid string should be rejected by reaching a non-final only. By reaching non-final only. In the case of recursive language, the Turing machine will not enter into infinite loop. Whatever the string you take, if it is valid, definitely it stops in a final state. Okay, if you take invalid, whatever the invalid string you take, definitely it stops in a non-final state. Okay, do you understand? Guys, please respond. Hello, are you there or not? Okay, how do this? Done?
Yes, sir.
Recursively enumerable language. A language L is said to be recursively enumerable. A language L is said to be recursively enumerable language, if there exists a Turing machine M such that, okay guys, here we are talking about some language L, and L is this is the language W1, W2, W3, so on, infinite. This is said to be recursively enumerable if there exists a Turing machine M such that whatever the string you take from this language, you take a W1 or W2 or W3, so whatever the string you take from this language, then it must be accepted. So whatever the string you take from this language, then M means Turing machine, accepts W. How? By reaching a final state. Only the way by reaching the final. Now, if you take invalid string that is not in the language, then definitely it should reject. So you can say does not accepts, or you can say M rejects, whatever. If you take an invalid string, then it will be, that string will be rejected. The M rejects that string W by, how can it reject, how can a Turing machine reject either non-final or by infinite loop? In the case of recursive language, it will reject by only non-final state. Whereas in the case of recursively enumerable, the string can be rejected either by non-final, or by entering into infinite loop, or by entering into infinite loop. So in the case of recursively enumerable language, a valid string always be accepted by reaching final state, whereas an invalid string can be rejected by either non-final state or by infinite loop. Anyone can happen. So this is what the difference between a recursive and recursively enumerable. In the case of recursive, it will be rejected by only non-final, whereas in the case of recursively enumerable, either non-final or infinite loop. Okay, copy this one. In the instead of it does not accept, you can use rejects also. Okay, so copy this.
Sir, please scroll down.
What?
Please scroll down, sir.
Okay. Okay, next. Look, close the door. Okay guys, now properties. Recursive languages are closed under union, intersection, concatenation, reversal complement, cleans closure, positive closure, reversal and complement, suffix and prefix. Okay, next. Second, recursively enumerable languages. Recursively enumerable languages are second point. Recursively enumerable languages are closed under. Okay, I think I will write some properties. Copy this one. Recursive languages are closed under union, intersection, concatenation, and so on. Now, recursively enumerable languages are closed under. You write all of them except the subtraction and complement. Recursively enumerable languages are closed under union, intersection, concatenation, division, cleans closure and positive closure, reversal, suffix and prefix and suffix. Okay, next. Third one. Recursively enumerable languages are not closed under subtraction, not closed under subtraction and complement. Not closed under subtraction and complement. So, what is recursively enumerable languages? Complement and subtraction and 4 points. Every recursive language is also recursively enumerable. Means if a language is recursive language, that language is also recursively enumerable. But every recursively enumerable language is not recursive. Okay? If a language is recursive, it is 100% is also recursively enumerable. I repeat, if a language is recursive, it is also 100% recursively enumerable. But if a language is recursively enumerable, it may or may not be recursive. So every recursive is also recursively enumerable, but every recursively enumerable is not recursive. Okay? Now, okay. So recursive languages are not closed under subtraction and complement. Means if L is recursive, implies L bar is also recursive, because recursive languages are closed under this complement. Whereas if L is recursively enumerable, implies L bar may not be recursively enumerable, because recursively enumerable languages are not sure, they are not closed under complement. Next property. If a language L and its complement L bar, if a language L and its complement L bar are recursively enumerable, if a language L is recursively enumerable, and I just look at this, guys. If a language is recursively enumerable, its complement, if a language is recursively enumerable, its complement is may not be, because recursively enabled languages are not closed under subtraction complement. What I'm saying is, if L is recursively enabled, its complement may not be recursively enabled. Sometimes, but not always. So here, if a language L and its complement L bar are both right here, if language L its complement L bar, given that if both are recursively enumerable, guys, look at this point clearly. Generally, if a language is recursively, its complement may not be recursively. Okay, sometimes. So if it is given that a language L and its complement L bar both are given recursively enabled, that implies L is recursive. Okay, and L bar is also recursive, because a language recursive means its complement is also recursive. Copy this point. Okay, copy all these points. Copied or not? Hello, are you there? Are you there?
Copying, sir.
Okay, so first point copied.
Yes, sir. First and
Point
second
copied or
copied.
not? Okay, then copy this 3, 4, 5. Third point, recursively enabled languages are not closed under subtraction complement. Guys, fifth point I repeat, actually, if a language is recursive enabled, its complement L bar may not be recursive. But if it is given that both are recursive enabled, and hold on, if a language is recursive, it is recursive enabled. But if a language is recursive enabled, it may not be recursive. So every recursive enabled language may not be recursive. Okay? So here a language L is recursive enabled and its complement is also recursive enabled. Then if it is given that both L and L bar recursive enabled, then 100% L is recursive and its complement is also recursive. That is the fifth point. Actually, recursively enabled language may not be recursive as per the fourth point. Every recursively enumerable is not recursive. But if a language and its complement both are recursively enumerable, then that language is 100% recursive. That is fifth point. Okay, this is about Turing machine. So tomorrow we will do types of languages and undecidability. This part. Okay. Any doubt?
Sir, tomorrow we'll be discussing the questions which you gave yesterday.
Huh?
Tomorrow we'll discuss the questions which you just provided in the group yesterday.
Now? Now?
No, no, sir. Tomorrow.
Hello?
Hello, sir. So there are some questions yet remained to complete. So I was asking that we will. Is that possible that we'll discuss it tomorrow?
Sure. Even if you want, I can do now also.
No, sir. Some questions are pending. So we'll just complete it and then we can discuss it tomorrow, sir, so that we can cover everything, every doubt and each.
Okay, done. Anything else? Samiksha and Smita? Kiran? Hello?
No, sir.